And if we have learned anything from history, it is that power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. This is Arron Russo, a filmmaker and former politician. To his left is Nicholas Rockefeller of the infamous Rockefeller banking and business dynasty. After maintaining a close friendship with Nicholas Rockefeller, Arron eventually ended the relationship, appalled by what he had learned about the Rockefellers and their ambitions.
That did happen. I was definitely being recruited, but it's more subtle than that.
Well, in your words, just go through the process, and then what he said.
Well, what it is remember we were friends, and we used to go to my house a lot. We'd have dinner, we'd talk, and he'd tell me about business investments that he'd get involved in, or they would help me with this business investment or that business investment. And was I interested in joining the Council on Foreign Relations? I would have to get a letter to join them, but was I interested in that? And just stuff, leading you on. And I used to say to him that I never really did that because that wasn't where I was coming from. As much as I like you, Nick, your ways and my ways we're on the opposite side of the fence. I don't believe in enslaving people.
Oh, why do I always pick the wrong queue?
You are so in the wrong queue.
Thank you.
Visa contactless payments allow customers to pay for products that cost £15 or less in less than a second. If only everyone had one.
Oh, I don't believe it.
All that time standing in the queue, and only now she's looking for her purse.
Come on. And what this place needs is an organized people-only queue. Look at him, one item. That should be quick. Well, then again, maybe not.
Come on, come on. Yuck.
Got change for a 20?
20? No.
Small value transactions are processed quickly, cleanly, and securely. So customers spend less time standing in queues, and stores don't miss out on sales because of lack of change. Cardholders simply hold their card close to the reader, and the payment is made.
Oh no, chicken. I didn't want chicken.
Using Visa contactless technology is much faster and more hygienic than paying by cash. Where there's queues of people, it's the quickest way to pay. Visa contactless payments, the fast, clean, secure alternative to cash for low-value transactions.
Apple today released iOS 8.1, and along with it unlocked the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus's ability to use Apple Pay to pay for items in stores with your phone. So long as the store you go to has a terminal that can take tap and pay payments, you simply have to tap your phone to it when it comes time to shell out the money instead of whipping out your wallet. Now, NFC and tap and pay are by no means a new concept. Android devices have had this ability for years, frankly, and some credit cards even had the ability built in before that. The thing is, though, it hasn't been the fastest thing adopted by stores. But with Apple finally jumping on board, I'm willing to bet that'll change pretty quickly.
Visa has presented the system PayWave for mobile at the Mobile World Congress in Barcelona. It is a contactless technology that enables Visa cardholders to simply wave their mobile device in front of a contactless payment terminal to make a payment. It uses near-field communication technology, the short-range communications standard that enables mobile phones to transmit payment information to a contactless payment terminal.
How do I put it? It was like, what do you care about them? What do you care about those people? What difference does it make to you? Take care of your own life. Do the best you can for you and your family. What do the rest of the people mean to you? They don't mean anything to you. They're just serfs. They're just people. You know, it was just a lack of caring.
So I'm just going to use the register, and I'm going to sign up for a Americano for €2, and I'm going to make that payment. There is a terminal on the counter that they can use and tap and pay, and you could see there's a wireless tab. And the moment I take my phone closer and I touch it to authenticate, and it's as simple as that. The payment is made. As you could see, it says for €2, and the payment is made.
For the moment, the system is not active in Europe, but Visa promises it will come soon.
In Barclaycard, we have a rich heritage of innovation in the UK market, and I'm really excited that we've launched the first Android contactless mobile solution for our customers in the UK.
I used to say to him, what's the point of all this? You have all the money in the world you need. You have all the power you need. What's the point? You know, what's the end goal? And he said the end goal is to get everybody chipped, to control the whole society, to have the bankers, the elite people, you know, the bankers and some governor controlling the world. And I said, do all the people in the Council on Foreign Relations believe this way you do? He said, no. You know, most of them believe they're doing the right thing. You know, what's the end goal? And he said the end goal is to get everybody chipped. A lot of them believe it's better off being socialistic. You know, we have to convince people that that socialism is really capitalism. Because America's becoming a socialist country. It's a communist country today. Well, one of the things they told me was that he was at the house one night, and we were talking, and he started laughing. He said, "Aaron, what do you think women's liberation was about?" And I said, I had pretty conventional thinking about it at that point. I said, I think it's about women having the right to work, getting equal pay with men, just like they won the right to vote, you know? And he started to laugh. He said, "You're an idiot." And I said, "Why am I an idiot?" He said, let me tell you what that was about. We, the Rockefellers, funded that. We funded women's lib, you know? And we're the ones who got all over the newspapers and television, the Rockefeller Foundation. He says, "And you want to know why?" He says, "There were two primary reasons. And they were, one reason was we couldn't tax half the population."
Hi, I'm Katie. Contactless is where I can just tap my card on a reader. I don't have to enter my chip or PIN. Anything under £20, I can just tap my card and I'm ready to go. I use it mainly kind of getting coffees, my coffee and breakfast in the morning, or to pick up some quick shopping in the evening after work. And I've discovered that more and more places have it, and I keep looking out for the little symbol wherever I go, and I just tap and go, and it makes my life a lot easier.
Well, we're thinking of a whole variety of options for how you could do better at authentication. So you can start with nearer-term things like tokens or fobs that might have NFC or Bluetooth embedded in them, but you can also think about a means of authentication that you could simply wear on your skin every day for a week at a time, say an electronic tattoo. Now, we're talking about wearables. Everybody's interested in I'm profoundly interested in wearables. And what I will tell you is that there are we've made a lot of advances in wearables, but there's still some fundamental problems that we haven't solved. Like one of them is the mechanical mismatch between humans and electronics, right? So electronics are boxy and rigid, humans are curvy and soft. That's a mechanical mismatch problem. Well, a researcher at the University of Illinois, his name is Dr. Rogers, what he discovered is that he could use standard CMOS techniques to make islands of high-performance silicon connected by accordion-like structures that would allow it to stretch up to 200% and still be performing. And what he did is he founded a company, and they started making electronic tattoos. So I'm wearing one here on my arm.
Do we have a camera to get a...
This is a developmental system made by MC10, and it has an antenna and some sensors embedded in it. And what we plan to do is work with them to advance a tattoo that could be used for authentication. Now, it may be true that 10 to 20-year-olds don't want to wear a watch on their wrist, but you can be sure that they'll be far more interested in wearing an electronic tattoo, if only to piss off their parents. Right?
And the second reason was, now we get the kids in school at an early age. We can indoctrinate the kids how to think. It breaks up their family. The kids start looking at the state as the family.
And that can have a design, right? Because they would certainly want some kind of cool design.
Options. And that's something that you wear, but you could also imagine including authentication in just your daily habits. So I take a vitamin every morning. What if I could take vitamin authentication?
What?
Vitamin authentication. Look, I have one right here. Well, here, I'll let you hold it. Would you like to hold it?
I'll hold it.
Okay. So this...
You guys see it?
This pill has a small chip inside of it with a switch. It also has what amounts to an inside-out potato battery. When you swallow it, the acids in your stomach serve as the electrolyte.
That's what they do.
And they power it up, and the switch goes on and off. And it creates an 18-bit ECG-like signal in your body, and essentially your entire body becomes your authentication token. Yes, this is true. Okay?
Okay, but...
Okay, so wait. So it's really true. So what this means is that becomes my first superpower. I really want this superpower. It means that my arms are like wires, my hands are like alligator clips. When I touch my phone, my computer, my door, my car, I'm authenticated in. First superpower. Like, I want that.
We can indoctrinate the kids how to think.
So we're not shipping that right away.
Yeah, no. We're not shipping that right away. But it sounds like...
this is FDA cleared?
So here's the thing. This is not science fiction. This pill was actually made by a company called Proteus. And they've developed it for medical applications. That pill has been CE stamped and cleared by the FDA. You can take 30 of those per day for the rest of your life.
And then what happens? Does your heart beat change? Does your...
We can just tell that you've taken the pill. I mean, the medical application...
Does Google now know everything I do and everywhere I go? Because, let's face it, we like you guys, but you're from Google.
Just give him some water and let him take that pill right now.
Thanks.
I got a call one day from an attorney woman I knew, and she said, would you like to meet one of the Rockefellers? I said, sure, I'd love to. And we became friends, and we began to divulge a lot of things to me. So he said to me one night, he said that there's going to be an event there, and out of that event, you're going to see we're going to go into Afghanistan, so we can run pipelines from the Caspian Sea. We're going to go into Iraq to take the oil and establish a base in the Middle East, and we're going to go into Venezuela and try and get rid of Chavez. And the first two they've accomplished. Chavez they didn't accomplish. And he said you're going to see guys going into caves looking for looking for people that they're never going to find. You know, he was laughing about the fact that you have this war on terror. There's no real enemy. He's talking about how by having this war on terror, you can never win it because so it's an eternal war. And so you can always keep taking people's liberties away. And I said, how are you going to convince people that this war is real? He says, but the media can convince everybody it's real. I mean, you know, it's just that you keep talking about things, you keep saying it over and over and over again, and eventually people believe it. You know, you created the Federal Reserve in 1913 through lies. You create 9/11, which is another lie. Through 9/11, you're fighting a war on terror, and now all of a sudden you go into Iraq, which was another lie, and now they're going to do Iran. You know, and it's all one thing leading to another, leading to another, leading to another. Now, I would say, what are you doing this for? What's the point of this thing? You have all the money in the world you ever want. You have all the power. I said, you know, you're hurting people. It's not a good thing. And he would say, what do you care about the people for? Take care of yourself and you take care of your family. And then I said to him, what are the ultimate goals here? He said, the ultimate goal is to get everybody in this world chipped with the RFID chip. And have all money be on those chips and everything on those chips. And if anybody wants to protest what we do or violate what we want, we just turn off their chip.
The new Square Reader gives you and your customers options. And options are good. Some customers will want to pay with the classics, and some will want to pay with the latest hits. The Square Contactless and Chip Reader has you covered for both. Accepting a contactless payment starts within the Square Register app. Choose an item from your library or enter a dollar amount and tap Charge. When the reader is ready, one green light will appear on the reader. Have your customer hold their smartphone or smartwatch on the reader. You'll see 4 green lights appear and a chime will sound. When you see the check mark, you're all set.